So if you ask me, I think things just got worse for Jonathan Allen and his trade value. Because after the Debo Samuel trade, we got a true view of how other teams may look at Jonathan Allen right now. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody. We're going to run and put our bodies on people in a violent manner. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and Shawty is the winner. You can tell that Shawty's on.
You know what time it is. It's time to come out.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me.
Hey y'all, it's your man Juan Gotti here. Before we get into today's video, I want you guys to do me a favor, subscribe to my fitness channel as I'm documenting my journey from fat to fit. Link down below in the description. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about how I think Jonathan Allen's trade market just got worse after the Debo Samuel trade. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We want to order 9,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So here, I'm going to talk about a couple points. I have 3 different points I want to make. I got 2 points that I want to personally make, and then I got an article that I want to read as well. So the first point that I'm going to make, the first bulletin, is after the Debo Samuel trade, my instant thought was we must trade Jonathan Allen ASAP. We must trade him ASAP for picks because although I'm excited about the Debo Samuel trade, we only have 6 picks now, 7 picks now, and I don't see Adam Peters being fine with just those little picks. So I'm like, okay, at first I was fine with just releasing Jonathan Allen. So I'm like, no, we got to find a way to trade him so we can recuperate some type of draft capital so we can have more picks than what we have right now. And then I think really trading back is a true option as well if you don't like anybody at 29 and you want to get more capital, because what I'm hearing is that a lot of the value is in the day 2 of this year's draft. So even if we don't have a first round pick, you can try to trade back into the second round and you can recuperate some type of capital that way. And then you have a crack at it on day 2. That's where I felt like we needed to find a way to address the Jonathan Allen trade and actually get it done. So whether we can get a 5th, a 6th for Jonathan Allen, I was all down for after the Debo Samuel trade. It became urgent for me. And to this day, although I'm making the title of this video a little slightly different than what I feel, I think today I still am hoping that we can find a way to trade Jonathan Allen because we need to get some capital for him. However, I think after the Debo Samuel trade and what we know now, it gave us a true test of how the league may view Jonathan Allen for a couple of reasons. So first things first, did you know that Adam Peters tried to include Jonathan Allen in this trade for Debo Samuel? Yes, he tried to include defensive tackle Jonathan Allen in this trade, and the 49ers said, nah, we'll just give you a 5th round pick. We just want a 5th round pick for Debo. You don't even have to give us Jonathan Allen. And the reason that they turned down Jonathan Allen is because of the contract. Go back to my video where I said the Washington Commanders must cut Jonathan Allen. I made that video. And one of the reasons why I said we must do it was because of the contract and because we're getting $16 million back by releasing him. But I also said I don't see a team trading for him because of that he's due $15-16 million this upcoming year. And who's paying for that on a 1-year rental when it's like, why trade for him now when it's like, okay, the Washington Commanders plan on cutting him, so I can just wait and get him once he's released. Now, my whole thought pattern behind this is we either trade or release Jonathan Allen. I don't see him being on the big on the burgundy and gold in 2025-2026 season. However, if we're smart, we can kind of put out this imagery that, hey, we might keep Jonathan Allen if we don't find a trade partner. In reality, we probably not going to keep him, but we're just trying to drive up his trade value. I think that's the route that you have to go now. Because no one wants to take on that $15 million contract for just one season and for a player that hasn't produced. See, yes, we took $17 million on a player for 1 year in Deebo Samuel, but we know what he's capable of at his peak. We know what he's capable of. We've seen it time and time again, and he's more valued than Jonathan Allen. Let me add that. Not only is he a receiver, he's running back out the backfield. He can be a kick returner. He's a really good blocker. Like, he's very valued. So taking a chance on that guy is different than taking a $15 million chance on a guy that only had 9 sacks as his top sack number. Doesn't really create any interior pressure. Coming off of a partially torn pec. Solid in the run game, but not good enough. And he's aging. He's 30. He's going to be pushing like 31 very soon. So, I don't know, man. That's just how I feel. And I really feel like a lot of y'all, once you watch this video, you're going to understand and you're going to feel the same way. I think things got worse because we understand where his trade value is right now, and I don't think it's really high. I was banking on hoping that teams around the league really wasn't watching us this past year, and they really were just banking on the fact that, oh, it's a name. Jonathan Allen, I know that name. He was a part of that vaunted front four of Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, and he was really good back then, or he was highly looked at, Pro Bowler, 2-time Pro Bowler. Like, I was hoping teams would take a chance on him for that, and a team may still do that. They get desperate towards the draft. Before the draft, they may do it, but again, this defensive line draft is very deep. So, push come to shove, we may just have to release him. And again, for me, I'm fine with that regardless, because we need that $16 million back. Because now that with taking a chance on Deebo, that $16 million can either go to that $16 million could go to the Terry McLaurin extension, or assisting with the Terry McLaurin extension, and so much other things that you could do. So I see the comments of, oh, we don't need to cut Jonathan Allen, we should probably keep him. But no. And that's the thing about it. If Jonathan Allen was on the final year of his deal and he wasn't given $15 million, let's say John Allen was due $8 million this year, you really think we would cut him? No. Jonathan Allen hasn't done nothing wrong for this team. Has he been good? No. Has he lived up to the con for 4 years, $72 million? No. Has he been an elite interior guy? No. But he was a guy that was here from the worst of the worst. He was a guy that was here under Dan Snyder, under Ron Rivera, under Jay Gruden. I mean, he goes all the way back to his defensive line coach, Jim Tom Sula. Like, come on. He's an OG here. He's well-respected in the locker room. And we love J.A. We do. But it's a business. And this is strictly a business move. It's nothing personal. If he wasn't due so much money this year, I think he would be here. But let's just say he wasn't due. He was due less money than he is due now, but we still wanted to release him / trade him. He would be more valued, or he would be easily, I guess, thought after if he wasn't due $15 million. I'm telling y'all, that's what's going to hold us back from being able to get true value for him, because teams are not going to want to take a chance on an aging vet, pay him $15 million for just one season. When it's like, okay, they say they're going to cut him, let's just wait a couple more months, or a couple weeks to him, a couple more months. Let it play out. Let them release him, and then we get him for free, pretty much. Instead of giving up draft capital, or giving up draft capital for a guy that could possibly not be here next year. But now that I say that, I'm still hoping that Adam Peters works some magic and get a fifth, 6th round pick out of him, because we need some draft capital in day 2 and day 3. So that's my opinion on it. Now let's get to this article where it says Commanders reportedly get aggressive to speed up Jonathan Allen's trade. This is on Rigo's Rags. It says the Washington Commanders made the NFL sit up and take notice again after securing a trade for wide receiver Deebo Samuel. A recent report suggests one of their longest-serving players almost went the other way. So again, as I mentioned, Jonathan Allen was supposed to be a part of this trade, but I'm pretty sure the reason that it fell through was because they were not trying to take on that contract for just 1 year. Jonathan Allen wants a fresh challenge, like Samuel. He got 1 year remaining on his deal, and wants to see if a change of scenery can improve his fortune. Adam Peters granted this request, giving his representation permission to gauge interest around the league. So that's interesting, bro. I thought we were just done with Jonathan Allen, but it seems as if Jonathan Allen wants out, which I still find hard to believe. I genuinely find that hard to believe. I don't know how much I'm buying that, because you're telling me a guy that's been here for years on years through the worst of the worst magically just wants to leave after 1 season because he was injured and he didn't play or he didn't produce with as much as he did, but we're winning. I don't see that being the case. I can't really buy that. However, continuing on, it says nothing has materialized as of yet. The Commanders are keeping all options open, but they want to do right by Allen after everything he's given this franchise. Teams will be aware he's a release candidate. Although trading for this player guarantees his services rather than attempting to convince him in free agency when he hit the market could be more robust. Either way, Washington stands to save $16.47 million on their salary cap when the former first round pick departs. That's almost completely negates the $17.46 million they're taking on Deebo Samuel. So again, that's why I think you get this done regardless if a trade happens or not. You got to, because that $16 million that we're getting back from Jonathan Allen can go again towards the Deebo Samuel thing, or can go towards the Terry McLaurin extension, assist them with that. But that's a good point as well. As I mentioned, like, a team can take a chance on hoping he comes to them in free agency, but there's no guarantee opposed to just trade for him. So if I'm Adam Peters and I want to make this deal sound as good as possible, we got to have that as one of our main reasons why you want to trade for him. Like, it's no guarantee you get him in free agency, so you might want to just trade for him now and take on that $15 million contract. But again, $16 million contract, but I don't see it. I don't see it as of right now. But continuing on, it says Jeremy Fowler from ESPN revealed that Allen's departure could have come quicker than anticipated. The senior insider reported that the Commanders and San Francisco 49ers discussed a straight-up swap between Samuel and Allen, adding a defensive tackle salary in 2025 was a stumbling block for a cash-strapped NFC West squad. So again, yes, that's why that didn't happen. I'm sure it was going to be just a player swap for Deebo, for Jonathan Allen, but they don't have money to take on his contract. And there are very few teams that has the amount of money to take on that contract and also have a hole at defensive tackle. So it's either teams out there that has holes at defensive tackle and could use his services but don't have the money, or it's a team that has the money but not willing to take a chance on him because, like, bro, why would I spend my money on him where I could just go into the draft, since this draft class is deep, and get a 4-year cheap rookie? You know what I'm saying? But continuing on, though, it goes on to say Commanders removed Allen from talks and carved up a 5th-round selection instead. That could be a assured piece of business by Adams or by Peters if Samuel bounced back from a down year by his typically high standards. As far as the Alabama product, he'll wait patiently for developments regarding his next place of employment. Washington won't get much in return for Allen. They only have 6 picks in the 2025 draft as things stand, so anything would be a bonus. His production has regressed over the last 2 seasons, but he is a 2-time Pro Bowler and is an exceptional leader, presence within a locker room that intrigues the Niners, which might raise urgency for other teams and other contenders to look forward to locking up their defensive front with adding Jonathan Allen to it. So let me know what you guys think about it, man. That's just my quick opinion. I think things have got hard/worse, but I'm still hoping for the best. I hope that makes sense. I hope this title isn't confusing. I hope this video isn't confusing. But after getting a clear kind of view of how teams view him, it may be harder to get value out of him, and it may ultimately just come to us releasing him. But yeah, y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy out there. There you have it. Let me know what you guys about this video in the comment sections. Being boy Juan Gotti. Love each and every one of y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Never gave up on ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a laundry.